everybody, and welcome to the very first repeat workout of our home WODs. Today we're going to do a repeat of March 16th, our very first home WOD, and it's going to be all about push-ups. To warm up for that, we're going to start with 2 rounds of 3 movements, first of which is going to be a negative push-up. What you're going to do is you're going to get into a high plank. Whether or not you can do regular push-ups, we're going to try and do our hands and feet today. So we're going to start off nice and high plank. My hands are below the shoulders, core is tight, squeeze my butt, and I'm going to lower myself down in about 5 seconds for a negative push-up. Elbows stay tucked in. I slowly lower myself down. I keep pushing, and then I drop to the floor. I push myself up with the knees, back into a high plank, and again, lower myself down with control. We're going to do 5 repetitions of these. Then next movement is going to be a dead bug. So it might be something new for a lot of you. The name says it all. We're going to start on our bags like a dead bug. So we're going to lay on the floor. Our hands and our feet are going to be in the air. And what we want to focus on is having our back pressed into the ground. So once you lay down, your feet are in a 90-degree angle, and you're going to press your lower back in the floor. If you lay inactively, you're going to see there's space between your back and the floor. We want to close that space, pick up the shoulders a little bit. We're going to put the hands up straight in front. From here, we're going to do 10 repetitions, with which in the first rep, you're going to lower down your left leg and your right arm. It's going to look like this. And then you pick them back up. Next rep, it's going to be your right leg and your left arm. Pick it back up. Make sure your back stays flat on the floor and go for 10 repetitions. Third movement is going to be a Russian twist. You probably know this one from the box. Feet are off the floor, big chest, and I'm going to twist left and right. And I'm really going to focus on turning my chest towards the floor. If you want to, you can grab a little weight like a book or a bottle or a bag to use, but you can also just use your fists. Make 2 rounds of these movements, and then we're going to start with the workout of today, which is pretty short, pretty simple, but very effective. We're going to go for 3 times a max push-up attempt. So if you've done this workout before on March 16th, go to Beyond the Whiteboard, look up your score, and try to beat that. For the push-ups, if you're going to go for the beginner version today, that means you'll do them on a couch. So we're going to go for couch push-ups. Basically, the movement is the same as a regular push-up, except you have a little bit of an elevation, which is going to make the push-up easier. Bring the chest to the couch, and make sure you keep squeezing that core and your glutes. You can rest in between as needed, so just grab as much rest as you need before you feel recharged to do another attempt, and do that 3 times. Your score is going to be your 3 attempts all together. So say my max is 10 times and all 3 times I reach that 10, my score is going to be 30. For intermediate and experienced, we're going to go for regular push-ups. So from the floor, same movement, make sure your hands are below the shoulders. Don't go too wide. What we see a lot happening is people putting their hands really wide, pushing out their elbows, and making their push-up like that. It's going to hurt your chest. It's a lot of stress on the elbows, on your shoulders. We don't want that. We want to keep the elbows nice and tucked in next to the body. Every rep, make sure your chest touches the floor. Go for a rep set of amounts and see how far you get. As this is a pretty short amount of work, we still have a core finisher for today, which is going to consist of 4 rounds of 3 movements. Try to do these for quality, not necessarily for time. Just make sure you get a nice burn. 3 movements are, as first, the dead bug. So you did this in the warm-up. We're going to start with 10 repetitions. Then the second, it's going to be a plank with a reach. That means you're going to get in front of a couch, a chair, a wall, anything, and make sure there's 1 arm length in between you and the object. Get into a plank, make sure you're nice and straight, and from there you're going to get and reach out You're gonna see if you can keep the rest of your body as still as possible. 20 repetitions, and for the last movement, you're gonna need a chair. And we're gonna do one of Marco's favorite movements, and it's gonna be the Copenhagen plank. So I'm gonna get onto one side, I'm gonna get one foot on top and one foot below the chair. It's gonna look like this. I'm gonna squeeze the chair within my legs, and I'm gonna hold this for 30 seconds on each side. You can play a little bit with how hard you make this. The closer the chair is to your knees, the easier it gets. If you place it further away with only the feet on top, it's gonna get a little bit harder. Make 4 rounds of these 3 movements just to get a nice little core burn on, and then you're done for the day. I hope to see you soon in one of the outside workouts, and maybe even in the box in not too long of time, and see you soon. Good luck.